Hello, children. How are you? Hope so you are well and staying at home. I'm fine, and everybody, I hope that you are fine at home and staying at home. Hope so your puja has gone well. Children, today I came back with a new video of class 8. Today I will going to start a new chapter, and before starting the chapter I just give you an introduction for that. I just give one introduction, that is of agriculture chapter. Children, agriculture means that not only the cultivation of land, agriculture also means that it has to that which deals with the livestock farming, animal husbandry, sericulture, agriculture, so many things it relates, right? Poultry farming also. So, children, here I am going to tell you the proper definition of agriculture. Agriculture just not only deals with the cultivation of land. Cultivation of land only called the farming, but agriculture consists of here also definition properly given in your book, that is of rearing of livestock, cultivation of crops, poultry farming. So many things are together. If these type of activities are done in a single piece of land, these are called agricultural method. Okay, children, this is called the primary activity. Whenever our civilization has starts, that time only we have started this agricultural method. Okay, this type of activity we have done firstly for food collection, for cultivation of food, cultivation of crops, for the fulfillment of the food. So that's why this type of agricultural activities are also called as the primary activities. Near about 50% of the people of the world are engaged in agriculture. In India, two-thirds of the people, two-thirds means children, around 70% of the people are engaged and depend on agriculture directly or indirectly for their livelihood. Livelihood means we have to lead our life. For that purpose, we have to depend on agriculture, like children. So here I will tell you some factors are responsible for agriculture. What are they? What are they agricultural responsible? Some factors like children, you have seen that in Keonjhar, just I will give a live example, that Keonjhar, which is belongs to a plateau region, right? So here we don't have so much of agricultural method, but if you go to the other parts of Orissa, wherever coastal plains are there, that places are also very much well cultivable, lands are also there. Okay, so definitely climate will be a factor, topography will be a factor, soil will be a factor. Here topography means the relief features. Okay, children, so first of all I will discuss about the first factor, that is of climate. Climate controls the pattern of the agriculture around the world, the temperature and amount of rainfall. Like here I will tell you, very much high rainfall and very much high temperature is not for suitable for agriculture also, as well as very high temperature and very low rainfall like the deserts area, that is also not suitable for any type of agricultural method, children. Okay, so whatever the suitable pattern, around 100 to 200, 100 to 150 centimeter rainfall will be there, and around 27 to 28 degrees centigrade will be there of temperature, are very much required for this type of cultivation method, any type of cultivation method. Okay, so here the temperature and the amount of rainfall of a place gets an important determining factor. Determining factor means the controlling factor. Certain crops needed hot and wet climate, like grow of rice. Certain crops grow of drier cooler climate, like a wheat. We need that there is a temperature should be very much less, and the winter time generally it has been cultivating, but certain crop means some of the crops are needs very high temperature. Okay, children, next will be the soil. Second factor, soil definitely will be a factor. Here also, children, you can able to see that in Keonjhar area, here which is very much rich of iron content of the soil, right? So here we cannot able to get properly the different type of soil, different type of crops we are not getting, but wherever the alluvial soils are very much available, it's very fertile, so that places are very much fertile, and clay soils are retain water, which is very much suitable for the crops like rice and cotton. Fertile alluvial soils are ideal for the agriculture and supports means most of the crops are grown over here. River banks means the bank of the river, side of the river, and the that type of area are very much fertile, and Deposits of alluviums are also seen. Therefore, the most heavy cultivated areas are around the world are mostly in the besides the river banks. Sandy soil, which is allow water to sweep through the rapidly, are more suited to grow crops like groundnuts and millets. Children, here two things I need to mention you, that is of groundnuts one will be very much nicely growing, another will be millets. The sandy soil means mostly the deserts it has been found, or in the seaside also we can able to see, right. Third pattern is, the third point will be, which is the controlling factor, that is of relief feature. Relief means the height of the land. Height of the land means the mountainous area which is less fertile, which is less cultivable zone than the plain area. So definitely plain area are suitable for every type of activities, okay, especially for the crops. Flat land like plains, valleys on the flat top of the plateaus, deltas are better suited for the agriculture than the mountainous terrain. Okay, hilly areas are more suited for the cattle breeding, for crops which need well drained soil like tea and coffee. Mostly we can see the hilly areas are suitable for tea and coffee, wherever the water will not to be resist. It has been swept off. Swept off means it has been passed on, right. And some other factors are also responsible for cultivation of the crops. What are they? Availability of irrigation facilities. Irrigation facilities means that some of the areas are children, they are not available of properly water are not available, so their artificial irrigation system should be there, otherwise the crop will not to be grown properly. Size of the land holdings. If the land size are very much small, so there will be not to be possible to grow the crops in very much huge amount, right. So for that purpose only we need the greater sizes land. Transport facilities. Some of the crops, like I will give a example like sugarcane. If within 24 hours after cutting of the sugarcane stem, it will not go to the sugar factories, the syrup, the sucralose amount, the syrup part, the juicy part of that type of sugar cane is drying up. Okay, so definitely there will be a very good facilities of transportation also to be needed. Next will be nearness of the market. Market also definitely a very nice factor, very much well controlled factor. Otherwise without market we cannot able to sell the things, right. Availability of loans. Now these days government has taken so many steps for giving the different type of loans, different type of money to the different type of farmers. Okay, those that having small farmers, they don't have sufficient money to cultivation method, so what they are doing, they are generally doing the cultivation method by taking the loans from the others, right. Next, also influence the nature of the agriculture, availability of loans, etc. are also controlling the places agricultural method. Okay, now I will tell you the farm system. Farm system means some of the here inputs and output parts you have to listen, children. Here some inputs of agriculture I will tell you, and some there are two types of inputs are needed. One will be human input, another will be the natural input. Okay, outputs of agriculture is different type of crops. Okay, that also I will tell you that that page number 47, input agriculture and output agriculture, that table you have to learn it, children. Human made inputs. What are the human made inputs? First I will tell you the natural inputs. What are the natural inputs are available in our nature? What are they? Slope of the land, fertile soil, rainfall, organic manure, sunshine, earthworms with loosen the soil. These are the factors. These are the factors are very much responsible. These are the factors are very much needy for any type of agricultural method, which is the natural methods. Okay, children. Next one I will tell you, that is of human made inputs. Human made inputs, some are also very much important. What are the irrigation facilities? I have already told. High yielding variety of seeds quality has to be very much increased nicely. Fertilizers, pesticides, machines like drillers, harvesters, threshers, all these things are very much needed in any particular type of land cultivation. Okay, children. Now I will move on to output. Output means whatever the outcomes are coming, whatever the outputs we are getting from agriculture, that only we will going to learn here. What are they? Crops, dairy products. Dairy products means the milk, curd, sweets, the paneer, all the things are dairy products, right. Fish we are getting, meat we are getting, wool we are getting, eggs we are getting, chicken we are getting, and timber also we are getting. These are the outputs of agricultural method, children. So here I will tell you some process are involved in the agriculture. What are the activities to be done in the field? First, to plow the field. Plow the field by the farmer. Plow means to खुदाई करना होता है. That to be dig the soil properly. Okay. Next will be shoe the seeds. Shoe the seeds means seed to be put in the soil. Then irrigate the land. Irrigate the land means we have to put the water either naturally through the rainfall or artificially. Okay. Next will be apply fertilizers. Fertilizers means we have to give the fertilizers, different type of manures, fertilizers are needed. Fertilizers means which is giving productivity to the land, right? Guard to the crop of from the pests. Acha, some pesticides has to be put for protecting us the different diseases, different type of insects. Okay. Weed out unwanted plants. Weed out means children, if you go to the field, any type of thing, any type of field, if you have seen, you can able to find it out with the main sheet na, so many unnecessary plants are also grows, so that has to properly weed out. So that weed out means to wash it off. Okay. Unwanted plants. Harvest, store and then transport the crop in the market for selling. These type of activities, all type of activities are also required for this type of farming method. Okay children, now I will tell you types of farming. Just I will tell you the types of farming, rest of the part I will tell you in next video. Okay children, what are the types of farming? The types of farming practiced in a particular place influence, as you have been seen, by various factors. Farming has been divided into some parts. Some types of farming we have seen. One will be nomadic farming, second one will be shifting cultivation, third will be subsistence farming, fourth will be mixed farming, fourth will be commercial farming, fifth will be dairy farming. So these are the major types of farming children. We will learn all the types in detail. Till that time, thank you so much for listening me. Such you will be such a good listeners always, and you are supporting us very nicely, and you are responding to my class very nicely. Thank you so much children. Thank you for your means watching the video, and whatever the doubts are there, please clear it out in the Zoom class. Hope so. Till that time, thank you so much. Bye everyone. Hope so you're well and staying at home. Please sanitize yourself, maintain social distancing. Thank you so much. Bye.